Hello, friends. Today, again, it's quite a relaxing video. Birds. Birds are a group of warm blooded vertebrates constituting the class Aves, categorized by feathers, toothless beaked jaws, the laying of hard shelled eggs, a high metabolic rate, a four chambered heart, and a strong yet lightweight skeleton. Birds live worldwide and range in size from 5.5 centimeters to 2.8 meters. An ostrich, known as. There are about 10,000 living species, more than half of which are passerine or perching birds. Birds have wings whose development varies according to species. The only known groups without wings are the extinct moa and elephant birds. Wings, which are modified forelimbs, give birds the ability to fly, although further evolution has led to the loss of flight in some birds, including ratites, penguins, and diverse endemic island species. Birds are feathered theropod dinosaurs and constitute the only known living dinosaurs. Likewise, birds are considered reptiles in the modern cladistic sense of the term, and their closest living relatives are crocodilians. Many social species pass on knowledge across generations, which is considered a form of culture. Birds are social, communicating with visual signals, calls, and songs, and participating in such behaviors as cooperative breeding and hunting, flocking, and mobbing of predators. Birds produce offspring by laying eggs, which are fertilized through sexual reproduction. They are usually laid in a nest and incubated by the parents. Most birds have an extended period of parental care after hatching. Many species of birds are economically important as food for human consumption and raw material in manufacturing, with domesticated and undomesticated birds being important sources of eggs, meat, and feathers. Songbirds, parrots, and other species are popularly known as pets. Most birds are diurnal, but some birds, such as many species of owls and nightjars, are nocturnal. Many coastal waders feed when the tides are appropriate, by day or night. Birds' diets are varied and often include nectar, fruit, plants, seeds, carrion, and various small animals, including other birds. The digestive system of birds is quite unique, with a crop for storage and a gizzard that contains swallowed stones for grinding food to compensate for the lack of teeth. Some species, such as pigeons and some Cetacean species, do not have a gallbladder. Most birds are highly adapted for rapid digestion to aid with flight. Some migratory birds have adapted to use protein stored in many parts of their bodies, including protein from the intestines, as additional energy during migration. Birds that employ many strategies to obtain food or feed on a variety of food items are called generalists, while others that concentrate time and effort on specific food or items or have a single strategy to obtain food are considered specialists. Some hunt insects by suddenly attacking from a branch. Those species that seek pest insects are considered beneficial biological control agents and their presence encouraged in biological pest control programs. Nectar feeders such as hummingbirds, sunbirds, lories, and lorikeets, amongst others, have specially adapted brushy tongues and, in many cases, bills designed to fit co adapted flowers. Water is needed by many birds, although their mode of excretion and lack of sweat glands reduces the psychological demands. Some desert birds can obtain their water needs entirely from moisture in their food. They may also have other adaptations, such as allowing their body temperature to rise, saving on moisture loss from evaporative cooling or panting. Seabirds can drink seawater and have salt glands inside the head that eliminate excess salt out of the nostrils. Most birds scoop water in their beaks and raise their head to let water run down their throat. Some species, especially of arid zones, belonging to the pigeon, finch, mousebird, button quail, and bustard families are capable of sucking up water without the need to tilt back their heads. Some desert birds depend on water sources. Sandgrouse are particularly well known for their daily congregations at waterholes. Feathers, being critical to the survival of a bird, requires maintenance. Apart from physical wear and tear, feathers face the onslaught of fungi, ectoparasitic feather mites, and bird lice. The physical condition of feathers are maintained by preening, often with the application of secretions from the preen gland. Birds also bathe in water or dust themselves, while some birds dip into shallow water. More aerial species may make aerial dips into water, and arboreal species often make use of dew or rain that collect on leaves. Birds of arid regions make use of loose soil to dust bathe, a behavior termed as anting, in which the bird encourages ants to run through their plumage, is also thought to help them reduce the ectoparasite load in feathers. Many species will spread out their wings and expose them to direct sunlight, and this too is thought to help in reducing fungal and ectoparasitic activity that may lead to feather damage. Many bird species migrate to take advantage of global differences of seasonal temperatures. Therefore, optimizing availability of food sources and breeding habitat. These migrations vary among the different groups. Many land birds, shore birds, and water birds undertake annual long distance migrations, usually triggered by the length of daylight as well as weather conditions. These birds are categorized by breeding season spent in the temperate or polar regions and the non breeding season in the tropical regions or opposite hemisphere. Before migration, birds substantially increase body fats and reserves and reduce the size of some of their organs. Migration is highly demanding energetically, particularly as birds need to cross deserts and oceans without refueling. Land birds have a flight range of around 2,500 kilometers, and shorebirds can fly up to 4,000 kilometers. Some bird species undertake shorter migrations, traveling only as far as is required to avoid bad weather or obtain food. Eruptive species such as the boreal finches are one such group and can commonly be found at a location in one year and absent the next. Birds communicate primarily using visual and auditory signals. Signals can be interspecific and intraspecific. Birds sometimes use plumage to access and assert social dominance, to display breeding condition in sexually selected species, or to make threatening displays, as a sunbitterns mimicry of a large predator to ward off hawks and protect young chicks. Since birds are highly visible and common animals, humans have had a relationship with them since the dawn of man. Sometimes these relationships are mutualistic, like the cooperative honey gathering among honey guides and African people such as Burana. Birds can act as vectors for spreading diseases such as psittacosis, salmonellosis, bird flu, avian tuberculosis, over long distance and flying. Some of these are zoonotic diseases that can also be transmitted to human. But birds actually act as species that are of high regard to the environment and to the human population. Now, let's just enjoy watching these little guys. This was fun. Thank you for watching again. Have a nice day. Bye bye.